It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Throwing, Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now that after the save, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Darnold from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds, right around the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. And his first throw of the game, but I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
On 1st and 10, Mills. That's caught by Waller out left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, "I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you."
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That's underneath to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
1st down, Mills. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you. But what the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have, and a pass he should have caught.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped all over the first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the 1st down.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Darren Waller, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have moved out in front. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Aaron Passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now we're here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. From the 24, Mills gets the dump off to Pierce. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
So many times in our head coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 20...
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mills on 1st down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, still in the first half here, a long way to go. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job standing in proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On first down, it's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Saints on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On first down, Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Darnold throw complete there to Thomas.
They get 11 back on that. That leads to third down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Now it's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first and 10, Darnold. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Darnold on first down. This is caught by Tate. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion right here comes Johnson. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They love to try to take advantage of his height. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again. Maybe with a little less movement on the throw.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Darnold to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to drop that one free.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
This is caught inside the 15.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That was smart enough to avoid the taunting rule. Guaranteed, Clymer's told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put somebody away. And that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it, the bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Third and long, it's Darnold. He sets to fire deep. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They certainly aren't ready up to their partner because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
To throw again on second down. Mills. Another one caught by Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him.
Touchdown! Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there. They'll get this out to Kamara.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. 2nd down and goal. Darnold. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back to the 16-yard line.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
I'd like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Auden Tate, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins
from 19 yards away.
And the Texans are an extra point away from going up by 40.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now Darnold. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, Darnold. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Able to slither by. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
A first down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Darnold. There's Chris Olave. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
5 yards remain on second down. Play action now. Mills. Going up top for Kupp. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Mills to throw it. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. To throw, Mills. He's got it to Collins, complete. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got me thinking this one cannot be over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Throwing, Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On first down, it's Darnold. He completes it to Olave. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, Darnold. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. To throw is Darnold.
Got a man. That's Colin Johnson.
Give him 16 yards on the play. And that bring us to a 3rd and 4. Darnold now to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tate.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone. It's incomplete.
We've talked about the CD, the Bears recruiting. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Throwing again is Darnold. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Mills throw complete here to Waller. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And now here is another interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check on that. And it is now 8 between last week and this one.
I just used the calculator. I'm tracking it, but the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get it. That's what it is right now. He's just locked in really bad.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helping build such a large lead and to smile as this game continues.
Probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. The Saints going to call it a first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt.